Hey everybody, for today's SAT math question, we are on a calculator test and we have a grid response question. In a study of bat migration habits, 240 male bats and 160 female bats have been tagged. If 100 more female bats are tagged, how many more male bats must be tagged so that 3/5 of the total number of bats in the study are male? So what we're going to do here is write a proportion that's going to put male bats over the total number of bats. And we know one fraction in this proportion is going to be 3/5. Now remember, a proportion is an equation that has one fraction equaling another fraction. So for male bats, we've got 3/5 of the total number of bats. Okay, but the other side of the proportion, we're starting with 240 male bats. But we're going to have to add some number of male bats in order to keep the ratio at 3:5. We don't know that number of bats yet, so we're just going to call that X. So the 240 that were already tagged plus some number of bats. Now, how many bats have been tagged total? So we've got the 240 that were male plus the 160 that were female, and then another 100 bats, another 100 female bats are tagged. So that's a total of 500 bats that are already tagged. Now, whatever number we add to the male population of bats is going to be added to the total population of bats. And here's our proportion. So now we can solve by cross multiplying. So we have 5 times 240 plus X equals 3 times 500 plus X. Okay, now let's distribute this 5. 5 times 240, and that is 1200. So we have 1200 plus 5X. And then 3 times 500, that's 1500, plus 3x. Okay, now let's subtract 3x from both sides. And in the same step, let's subtract 1200 from both sides. So 5x minus 3x, that's 2x. And 1500 minus 1200, that's 300. And now we can divide by 2, and we get x is 150. So we are going to have to tag 150 more male bats in order to keep the ratio at 3:5. So 3/5 of the total number of bats are male. So for number 34 in our grid, we're going to grid 150.